Hi guys, and welcome to part 4 of PC Gamer Hub's How to Record PC Gameplay tutorial series. Today we'll be covering post-processing and how to convert all your footage and assets into a presentable video. Post-processing is any effect or editing applied on your videos done after filming. If you think back to your favorite YouTube gaming videos or any video you've watched, there's often editing of some sort to get the idea across or make it more entertaining. Post-processing is a huge topic and we can only cover a tiny bit in this video. To make edits on your recordings, you will need video editing software such as Adobe After Effects, Sony Vegas, or any video editing software of your choice. What software you use and how you use it is up to you. In the article on PC Gamer Hub, I have linked a few resources you can use to teach yourself how to use these programs. It may take a while to get used to using these programs because there are so many options and settings, but you'll get the hang of it eventually. The whole point of post-processing is to create a more enjoyable experience for the viewers. Simple things like fading transitions, intros and outros immediately make your video a lot more presentable. It is important to understand how frames work in videos because everything will revolve around frames. A frame is a single still image that makes up a video. For example, if your video is running at 30 FPS or 30 frames per second, that means there are 30 frames or 30 still images in a second that form the video. Learning to think in frames instead of seconds is important, because a lot can happen in just 1 second, so you need to work in frames. You don't need to be a pro video editor to have professional looking videos either. There are tons of After Effects and other video templates you can use to give your videos a bit more production value. You can buy templates from places like VideoHive, which are designed by professional designers and video makers to use on your own videos. Now that you know a little bit about video and video editing, I'm going to run through a few common techniques you can use. First, I'm going to show you how to make a simple intro. It's amazing what a simple introduction can do for your video. I'm going to show you how to create an intro similar to the one that we use on the PC Gamer Hub videos. It is a simple technique where we fade in the logo. So first thing you want to do is open up a new project and create a new composition. Make sure the new composition is set to a duration of 5 seconds. And set the background to white. Now from here, what you want to do is you want to import your logo from your computer. So using Control I, which is a shortcut for importing, you'll bring up a import file pop-up box, and from here you can select what files you want to import. And for now, we're just going to import our logo. Now that you've imported your logo into After Effects, it's time to place the logo into your composition. To do that, just simply drag it down into the space below. Now I'll show you how to apply the fading effect. First, select the logo layer, press T for transparency, and this will bring up the opacity option under the logo. And what you want to do is drag the slider all the way to the beginning and put one new keyframe. So right click and add keyframe, then drag your slider to about 2 seconds and add another keyframe. Okay, so you set up your 2 keyframes. What we want to do now is go back to the first keyframe, drag the slider back and select this keyframe, and we want to turn the opacity down to 0 for this for the beginning so we can fade in the logo. So what you want to do is click on the 100% and drag it all the way down to 0. Okay, so now that you've done that, if you move your slider across back and forth between the beginning and 2 seconds, you should notice that you have a fading effect for your logo. This is just a simple fading technique that you can use on just about anything in After Effects. Fading effects can be used for other things as well, such as fading transitions. We're going to fade in some gameplay after our logo, so create a new composition and name it transition and give it a duration of 2 seconds. Inside this new composition, make sure that you've double clicked it so you're editing transition. Right click in this area down here and create a new solid layer. We're going to make a black layer and click OK. We're going to do the same thing that we did to the logo and edit the opacity of this layer. So click on the black solid, press T for transparency and make 2 keyframes, one at the beginning and one at the end. So we want to fade in our gameplay, which means that we want to click on the second keyframe and drag it to 0. And by doing this, you've created a transitional fade-in effect that you can use on your videos. So I've quickly put together a video off screen, but if you scroll over the logo and the transition, you'll see that you have a nice fade-in effect for the actual gameplay part of your video. What I've shown you today is just the absolute basics of editing and effects that you can achieve in your video editing software. There's so much more you can do if you put the time and effort into learning the software. If you are interested in learning how to use these programs, I've linked a few resources you can use in the article on PCGamerHub.com. Hopefully you guys were able to learn something today. We will be releasing the last part of our tutorial sometime next week, which covers how to upload your video to YouTube and, more importantly, how to avoid copyright issues. This is important because you are working with material that isn't yours, even though you are creating the video. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more news and updates on PC Gamer Hub.